Why is it that we know exactly what we need to do and we still don't do it? Now, we say we want peace, we want clarity, we want direction, yet we keep running from the very thing that gives us all of that. Now, I've been there, and honestly, I think I'm still there right now, and I want to talk about it. Now, I'm going to be honest about where I am right now. And I think if you've ever felt like you're failing God, even when you know better, right? You're not alone. So let's unpack this together, because there's more grace than we think, but there's also more urgency than we would like to admit. All right, so welcome back to Navigating Through Life of God. I'm Darius, and today's episode is more of a heart check than a message, right? Now, I've been wrestling with something lately, and maybe you have too. That feeling of knowing what you should be doing in your relationship with God, but still not doing it. Now, this one's not about pointing fingers either. It's about being honest with God, with ourselves, and where we are in our spiritual lives. Now, there's this passage in Romans 7 that I just can't stop thinking about. Now, Paul is brutally honest here when he says, the things I want to do, I don't do. And the things that I hate, those are the things I keep doing. And I read that like, yeah, that's me. Because here's the truth, right? I know getting into God's word makes my day better. Like, I know that. I've experienced it. It's not even a debate, right? And when I make time for God, I'm more focused. I'm more at peace. I'm more patient with my kids, and I'm more present with my family. But somehow I still struggle to do it consistently. Now, that could make you ask, well, if you know what works, why not just keep doing it? And I ask myself that same thing too, right? But see, that's where the real battle is. It's not in knowledge, but it's in discipline. And this is what's been hitting me hard lately, right? It's one thing not to know any better, but it's a whole different thing when you know what to do and you still choose not to do it. Now, that's the part that's really been sitting heavy in my spirit, because I can't claim ignorance anymore. Like, I've seen what walking with God does for my life, right? I know what that looks like. And yet I still find myself scrolling, procrastinating, filling time with things that don't matter while God is just waiting. And I think that what makes it so frustrating for me, because I've prayed. Like, I've asked God to show me how to use my time better. And he has. He honestly has. He's opened up the spaces that I need. He's cleared the path, but I still fall short. Now, here's the part that gives me hope, though. God is so patient with us, right? So full of mercy. He doesn't throw us away when we fall short. He keeps waking us up each day, keeps giving us opportunities to get it right. But let's not mistake his patience for permission to stay where we are, though. He's not going to force us, but he is calling us. And that calling comes from urgency, because none of us know how much time we truly have, right? And we don't want to waste it living halfway surrendered. Now, I'm not saying this from a place of having it all together, because trust me, I don't. I'm still figuring this thing out, but I'm learning that it's not about perfection, though. It's about posture. It's about saying, God, I'm showing up. I may be tired, I may be distracted, I may be unmotivated, but look, I'm here. That kind of surrender, it changes things, not overnight, not always dramatically, but gradually. The more we show up, the more we shift, the more we make time for God, the more our appetite for him grows. And slowly that struggle starts to loosen its grip. You see, we hear a lot about giving ourselves grace, and I'm all for that now. But grace doesn't mean we just accept inconsistency. Grace means we acknowledge where we are and we lean into God's strength to grow. Now, God isn't asking us to be perfect, but he is asking us to be honest, to be willing to trust that if we give him our time, he'll multiply it. If we give him our weaknesses, he'll meet us with strength, because he always does. And at the end of the day, this all comes down to surrender. Now, there's a verse that says, whoever loses their life for my sake will find it. Now, that's the exchange. We give up the things that drain us to gain the one who fills us. We lose our temporary comfort to gain eternal peace. That's what I want. That's what I hope you guys want. That's what I'm reaching for. That's what I hope y'all are reaching for, even in the midst of our struggles. Now, if you've been wrestling like I have, I want you to drop a comment and let's talk about it. Where are you finding it hard to stay consistent with God right now? I want to hear from you. I want to pray with you. And I want to walk with you. So thanks for hanging out with me today. Now, if this message resonated with you, please hit that like button and share it with someone who might need it. Don't forget to subscribe and join me on this journey, because where impossibility ends, God begins. Stay blessed.